All right, traders, this is the watch list video for Friday, January 27th. Nice gap up in the market today, and you can see we went out at the highs of the day. The Dow was up 205 by the end of the day. There's the intraday. You can see the morning sell-off ended up going out at the highs. Some nice ideas in chat today. Sahil gave this one. Probably looked about like this when he posted it. His idea was through 12 with the high of day just above and other catalysts not far away. And you can see what happened. It went all the way to what? Almost 1360. Pretty cool call there. Gunil gave MLGO over 3. And he's such an honest guy, he actually said he lost on it. The idea was through 3 with the high of day being just above that. But it had also come from, 270 to get there. So you're probably going to have to endure a little pullback. Had he just, used the proper stop, would have stayed in. But who wants to give a $2 and something stock, 20 or 30 cents? I don't. So anyway, it was a good idea. If you took it back through 3, it came back down. And then it took out the high of day and went all the way to almost 380. I did not trade that one, but I thought that was a neat call. And then Matt D gave BZFD, BuzzFeed, and this is after this big move, right? It came back down, and then he called it back through 2 right there. I was actually bidding, I want to say 176 right here, but I think this must have been an errant tick because it went down to 171, and I never got filled. And I actually had a kind of a sizable bid there. So that was sort of upsetting, but I did catch a pullback play right here at 217. Called the idea again, and that one had a nice move, like 70 cents from there. So certainly some money to be made in chat today. And I'll tell you what, I've got one of the smallest lists maybe the smallest list of the year. Of course, we're still in the first month. I just couldn't find much. So, one more thing. If you hung around after hours, you got TCBP with me. Had a nice pop today. It's a weird stock, but it held up today. You see these topping tails? I talked about how it always gets slapped down. Today, had a nice run at the end of the day, so I thought, okay, shorts do pretty well slapping this down. So I typed this in chat about 5 minutes into the after hours session. I took a screenshot of it. 5 minutes after. TCB didn't roll over, so the high of day, which was 609 right there, in after hours is worth a shot. I said the 6 break may be enough. Also, preferably about an hour into the after hour session. In other words, this is the closing candle. I don't have after hours on here. I really didn't want it if the first 5-minute candle went ahead and took out 6 or 609. And I'll go ahead and add after hours on just to show you this. So I believe that's what it looked like at the close. And it didn't. See, it went down instead. So I probably posted it when it was probably about like this. And people probably thought, well, I don't think it's going to get there. Next thing you know, and we get the 6 break. And it went pretty quickly to 650. And I had a neat little trade on that. I don't take big size in after hours, but if you hung out in after hours, I did get some thank yous. So it was nice trading that with you. Some of you may still be in it. I had to make the video and I've got things to do, so I'm all out. But anyway, let me get after hours back off here. And again, I've got a very small list. But hopefully, I always say this, hopefully new stocks will emerge. For example, BuzzFeed today, BZFD, that thing had news and had crazy volume. So anyway, let's just do these in order. I already have TCBP on here. Again, it went out with a fairly strong close and it's got a tiny float. I think they had a price target of 9 given out or something. So definitely worth watching tomorrow, but I would certainly be wary of how it does get slapped down on a regular basis. BIAF, I loved this chart today when it was trading in the 360s, right? Because then you had a solid green candle, you had the inside candle, and then we were nearing the most recent high of 399. But it closed well off its highs, so I don't love it as much, right? I got some bag holders from today. Excuse me, a scratchy throat. But I am going to watch it tomorrow. NRGV is still, after this pop, still kind of just coiling. So I'm going to keep that on watch. KALA maybe found a bottom finally. This thing had this huge move. It was listed a few days ago on a possible short squeeze list or something. That's the only thing I could find on it. But had better volume today than usual. If I go to 15-minute candles, you'll be able to see that, and show you the last few days. Look at the volume today. So it ended up closing probably in the upper half of its range. So I'm definitely going to watch it again tomorrow. It's a thin stock, so be careful with it. EH, I already talked about Sahil's call. It had this huge move, came back down, held the 20-day, and now it's starting to curl back up. So I'm going to put that on long watch. BZFD is BuzzFeed I talked about. Big breakout today, but closing well off its highs. Trading at 232, by the way, in after hours. So certainly going to be on watch for the next, full week or so. For remember, I'm a day trader. I don't hold anything overnight. So stocks like that with that massive volume could certainly give us A+ intraday setups, and we could make some good money being cash by the close, right? I don't love this. Wayfair. I thought I heard a news clip that Bed Bath & Beyond, the demise of Bed Bath & Beyond could really benefit Wayfair. And Wayfair is already doing pretty well lately anyway, as far as chart goes, right? And let me just show you Bed Bath & Beyond real quick. Today they had ugly announcements that they're probably looking at bankruptcy. Don't quote me on that. Double check all the news because I don't know for sure. But that's generally why I don't trade this thing, because everyone thought this was looming. And even after the downside halt here, we talked about this in chat. You had buyers step in, right? Some of it's short covering. Some of it's buyers saying, hey, short's got to cover. I could still make a quick, I don't know, 20% in 10 minutes, even though they talked about bankruptcy. I don't like trading stuff with that looming. But anyway, back to W. If that's true about Bed Bath & Beyond, Wayfair is holding up pretty well after this gap up. So I am going to keep that on a chart just for that reason. And then GNS, which I've been watching for a bounce, kind of had an ugly day today, but got down to the 8-day, and it just goes right back on the bounce playlist. That's it for me. We'll add other gappers and hopefully some news plays in the pre-market. And great job today, as always, by the group finding stuff to trade, and we'll do it again tomorrow. All right, I'm done babbling.